Morning, at least where I'm at, is the ever so feisty Flamin' Hot Tuesday, thanks to Mongol, or Mars, if you don't know who Mongol is. And I'm just gonna fling this all over the place. Not like what you think I'm flinging. Don't think like that, you nasties. Anyway, so this is for Aquarius and Pisces, the last two. Oh, wait a minute. Also Capricorn. I just realized, oh, I don't think I did Capricorn. Oops. Well, that was a bit of a fail. I'll just add in there also Capricorn. So, yeah, whoops. Just woke up. Deal with it. And, I'm just gonna go to Rosie. So, okay, so I'm also Capricorn. Do Capricorn first, then Aquarius, and then finish it all off with Pisces at the very end. Hey, Verona. Yep, gonna be. I just hated that. I'm like, oops, sorry, Capricorn. Don't hit me with a blunt object. Because I know I did Scorpio and Sagittarius yesterday. But anyway, or the day before. Just sometime already. Let's go and get Capricorn done and out of the way. I really do not like how thick this deck is. Like Tarot Z. And speaking of Tarot Z, the artist that actually made the depictions for this deck is coming out with another one, and I think it's called Tarot V. I know, it's kind of weird how it's like Tarot Z, Tarot V. Yeah, but anyway, that one is literally all about vampires. And you can already guess what I'm going to do as soon as, it's released. Yep. And that other deck that I ordered, the Goetic one, should be here on Thursday. But I'm still agitated that I paid for priority mail, 1-day shipping, and it took 2 weeks. I'm not really thrilled with that. But nonetheless, Capricorn, let's see. Essentially, 3 cards for behind, present, and okay, keeping this spread simple. I like keeping it simple. There's less of a headache. 3 for the past. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, there's that one. Hi, Ilios. There's 3 for past. 1, 2, 3 for the current standing, and then 3 for inbound to thy face. 1, 2, and 3. So, Capricorn. Let's see here. In the past, there could have been a situation or an incident that you had to have something be left behind and left to kick the bucket on its own, and also leaving in a way where it pretty much got a. I'm just gonna say for how the saying goes, you pretty much stuck a fork in it and you said, nope, I'm done with it. Nope, not doing it anymore. I quit. And then you actually then proceeded to move away from something. And this depiction of the hangman, if you notice when it's upside down, you notice that the figure is being trapped by vines. You flip it, now you see the undead below, now the one that's like on the ground. Flip it, now it's him that's on the ground and them that is pretty much on the other side. So possibly this thing that you have left behind or pretty much told, sorry, sorry, dude, you're gonna have to, stay in the past and, kick the bucket on your own. But as soon as you did that, you leaving it, well, putting something in this state where it was in the position where it was like the 3D reality you're facing every day, as soon as you flip it upside down, you're actually able to walk away from it. And even though it really got overkilled, because if you notice, there's a lot of bones in there, especially below it. Yeah, that's a lot of bonage. So this could have been something that was causing more damage internally than on the physical to you. So leaving behind something that had to, you know, be left to quote unquote kick the bucket by itself because it was causing immense harm to you and you having no choice but just get on a boat. Oh, no, don't say it because yeah, it's copyright. God forbid. You pretty much just left it behind and left it to the wind. And you just sailed off into some place on another shoreline to go elsewhere. And in this depiction of the Six of Swords, there is in the background this oddly shaped figure in the clouds. That possibly could be what was left behind, reminiscing and pretty much dissipating. But in this depiction of the Six of Swords, you don't see any people, you don't see anybody. So this could actually be a recent thing that you've done. You could have relocated somewhere else, or your mental peace has gone from like, oh Lord Lanta, too much movement in my head to, okay, now I can actually, think properly. And that could have been recent. Regarding the current standing, possibly most likely, being now in a state of mental peace, you're actually able to look in all directions, both in the mundane, being represented by the okay, that's a rifle. I was gonna say by this definitely not what's his face from the Walking Dead with the rifle. I don't even remember his name. But yeah, you're able to look on the physical level, the intuitive level with the woman figure, and finding out the woman figure actually has something over her eyes, so she can't really see. She's blind technically. And also, since there's a child also there, that's also a sign of spirit. You're able to see on the physical, mental, and spiritual slash emotional level in the most recent, like the past recent. Does that make sense? I know this kind of sounds like, well, that doesn't make much sense, but like most recently, then compared to the past, you're actually getting that clarity to see in all directions, and now you're able to understand that okay, I need to get back to where I feel fulfilled and in a spot where I'm at my emotional fulfillment. So, in this kind of a state, possibly, with this depiction of the Eight of Pentacles, you could be strategizing your next move, even though you may have table flipped because of something in the past or because of how peaceful you were. You weren't really being influenced by like the ending that's up there in the clouds. Because in this depiction of the Eight of Pentacles, you'll notice that. Hold on, see if I can get it. If you notice, I'm going to try really hard to point it out. It's got to have the light hit just right. Right there. Okay. If you really look hard, like right there, you kind of see like a shadow. Like right in there. You really have to look. Like where you see this little speck right there? Yeah, look right there. You'll notice the shadow thing right there. So you may be aware of it, that if it's trying to like force its way back in, but in all reality, you're not really responding to it. And you're in this ability to see in all directions and being able to understand, okay, I need emotional fulfillment like now. So being in that meditative state and just looking forward and onward, you'll be able to not be influenced by anything around, especially this dimwit. So what's going to be coming inbound towards you from the 8, now we have the 9, which funny enough kind of is essentially like how that is, going into that. So after being in that meditative state, you actually become more grounded, practical, realistic, and more 3D aware. And that way you're able to turn around. What about hearts? Heart equals more likes than views. Nonetheless, it is what it is. And if you notice, she's wearing a beautiful dress. So being able to have that sense of security, like, you know what? Mentally, I'm at peace now, and I know where I need to go, so I'm going to turn face this way. And she's actually facing and turning towards yeah, towards the reader. So in that regard, because you're able to turn and realize, oh, wait a minute. Looks like we better get a move on here, and I'm not in the best of shape, and I have somebody that's depending on me. Hence the man figure and then the child figure, which potentially could be as well the spiritual and the physical working together in order to move onward. Possibly the intuitive side has to be given a moment to take a step back, because this could actually be an indication that maybe that this is the woman figure in the Three of Wands. So, if what's odd too, if you notice how the woman figure, the woman figure right there is, look how just so happen, it just so happens that try and get in the face the same way. It kind of looks like that they're facing the same direction, so it kind of looks like they're looking towards one another. So they're kind of seeing like a similarity, if that makes sense. So possibly again, the intuitive side has to take a step back and allow the spiritual side and the physical in order to take the prime, like, what's that called? Essentially the one that has to be piloting the situation and having it go however it needs to go. And the intuitive side needs to take a moment to recuperate more, because when you're able to allow that to rest, you then become the High Priestess. This depiction, probably one of my favorites, you notice that she has a knapsack. Hi, Kayla. She has a little knapsack in her arms, and below her feet are infected, being like, "Brace. You wish you could sink your teeth in this. No, do you mind? I'm in mental peace here. Go away." And at least it is believed, at least how the guidebook says, in that little knapsack of hers, she actually has possibly the cure to completely cure all the infected in there. So in the future, possibly rely on more of divinity helping you or spiritual forces helping you alongside being realistic more. Allow your intuitive side to take a moment of rest, and once you're able to give your your intuition a moment to rejuvenate, that's when you actually find, oh, wait a minute, I had the cure for this situation all along, and I now have something that's like a cure all no matter what to anything that comes towards me for the next month. So make sure you really take your time. Don't be allowing this he who's hung most over here to try and come back in. Keep your eyes focused on your emotional fulfillment and making sure that until then you're focused on going towards it and really being in mental peace. Because from there, that's when you'll become more grounded and realize, oh, wait a minute, I have to get moving. And then take physical action and allow divinity to accompany you. Then that's when your intuitive side will become the most rejuvenated and become your cure all in whatever situation. One thing you have to be aware of, and you may not be. Oh, one thing you have to be really careful of and you need to be aware of. Don't let what was something keeping you chained and suffering pull you back into it. Because this depiction of the devil, I would say this Chris Farley, but this is not the same one. This one is more like punishing in a way that's like you're not going the route you need to go, so now you need to be given up upside the head to not do that again. So now you have to go through all this again. Don't go backwards. Don't get yourself stuck back in there again. Kind of be like a devil's advocate to yourself saying, now if you go back to that, you're going to be getting hit upside the head with a flaming, you know, whip chain, like or maybe even Ghost Rider. Please don't go back there. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt. Don't go back. So keep control of you and make sure that nothing misguides you back that direction. Other than that, make sure your intuitive side is in the care it needs. You should be A-okay. Don't let the past try and sneaky. Prioritize that mental peace. Alright, now I'm going to scooch you over to next time, the most chaotic Aquarius. And I'm going to be just using tarot data on you for the rest of the video. So, let's see, Aquarius, which so happens to be my, moon, well, drunk Saturn. Yeah, what a hot mess, I know. Such a hot mess of a combination. So let's just see what comes out. Okay, regular cross it is then, if you insist. For Aquarius, a sign that's either depicted as an old geezer pouring water out of an urn, or a maiden dancing with an urn, getting everything wet, throwing water all over the place. Whichever one it is, it's up to you. Take your pick on how it's depicted. Okay, core and current position for Aquarius for this month. We have the Eight of Swords. This depiction, though, however, is not in a state of being in mental distress. This depiction, we have a figure who is very calmly and at peace and at rest. Nice and easy. Nothing too painful, no distress. But she's very calm. So this month, Aquarius may be one to actually really take a moment to rejuvenate for yourself. And don't let anybody disturb your beauty sleep. You're going to be encountering the Four of Swords. So this is going to be this is odd. So you may be encountering an individual who is essentially also in rest mode. So you both are recovering from a state or a situation where you both are like, ugh, must rest. And in both depictions, there is a clock on both. She's sleeping in on this way. She is sleeping not blocking. And essentially also both of the Four of Swords to the Eight is essentially doubling it. So in reality, you both are, the best put it, you're both in a state of rejuvenating something. One of you wants to progress, while the other one kind of has seen the most through it. Whichever resonates to, it could be you or, if you're stuck in an Aquarius, again, I hope not, but it is what it is. And the cause of this hot mess, The cause of this is she who is flaming hot with a flaming stick. Knight of Wands. This is a female depiction of the Knight of Wands. So the cause of this is somebody who has a lot of zest to them. Oh, hi, Lilith. Nice to see you. So possibly the cause of this is somebody kind of really making themselves like, listen, whatever is going on here, it's boring. I want something that has some zest to it. I want something that has some flash, some bang to it, not like bang. Mm-mm. So the situation that's causing this is either to be a lack of a mixture of fire and air, because that's the Knight of Wands, air and fire. A lot of burning wind is missing. There has to be a lot of zest and a lot of movement. That could be possibly what's being the reason why everybody's all like, it needs to be wakey wakey, motivation to the tushy, behind or backing up. Behind is, or backing up, is the Six of Cups, which is a nostalgic memory. So now I'm getting this. You both may be in pretty much being in a state of nostalgia that's pretty much making you stop and just remember and just be all in dreamland, remembering things how they used to be. But in order for you to really get that again, you need to get off your tush and make it happen and get moving. Because if you just stick in your head, it ain't gonna happen. There's that again, the lack of burning wind, movement with a lot of zest to it. Best case scenario though, best case scenario, we have the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, of course. For this depiction, we have a woman going through, it looks like a garden, and she's actually looking up at a flower that looks like it's coming from the sky. So the best case scenario is actually having emotional restoration to a state that is actually being gifted to you. So if it's something like a wish, you actually, the best case scenario, that wish will be getting granted and you'll be not really expecting it. You'll be expecting like, wait a minute, where did this beautiful flower come from that I asked for a while ago? It wasn't here before. Where did it just come from? Something's fishy and it's not me. I don't like fish. No, really, I don't like the taste of fish or the smell. So anyway, easy there. What is coming right for your face? Not literally. Unless you want the card thrown in your face, well then that's kind of questionable. Coming towards the face. I quit. Nope. Done with this. Mm-mm. Yep. You guessed it. Coming towards your face is my card, the Queen of Cups. But this depiction is way different than I usually, most of the time, read it. But it still has that energy of the self coming in. So coming towards you, you're going to have to face this situation that possibly severely emotionally and mentally crippled you and harmed you tremendously. However, though, just like in the Ten of Cups, this depiction, there is a lotus flower, and she's looking right at it. And because of that lotus flower, she's actually turning towards the light, in other words. Essentially, there is something giving you the motivation to push through the just the all the tenacity and all the destruction that you've gone through and everything that is severely affecting your mental and emotional health. It's driving you to turn towards something that's going to help you be able to become cured of whatever. And then from there, you'll be able to act in your best state. So coming towards you, maybe your best self coming in being like, hey, listen, hey, listen, hey, listen, but not really listen. It's hey, look, dang it, woman, look at this. Huh? Oh, that's pretty. Wait a minute, is there a light behind me? Turns. Oh, look at that. So, yeah, that's coming towards your face. That's a nice thing to have come at you in a nice way, not a, way that's like, oh no, I'm gonna be depressed. You know, self-perception and how you're seeing yourself currently. We have the moon. This depiction, we have a woman kind of dressed in the similar attire as the Queen of Cups, but this depiction, her face is kind of like, and she's looking towards the right, which is the future. But she does have this look of like, I have no idea where I'm at. I have no idea what I'm doing. So potentially you may be seeing yourself as like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. All that I know is I'm feeling that I'm going to need to be going this way towards the future. Even though I'm facing the opposite direction, I need to trust this instinct to just go this way instead. Funny enough, there's the moonlight or sunlight, which could be this too. So possibly you're aware that you have to go towards wherever this light is. You're aware of it. But still that sense of like, uh I don't know, having that confusion possibly. But you have to really trust your intuitive side to know which route to go. Outside perception is seeing you as like those outside of you or those involved. They're seeing you as death. No, they're not seeing you as a source of like having things kick the bucket, and because of you, things kick buckets. No. This depiction, we actually have this woman figure dressed in an attire that's combined with the face painting of a sugar skull alongside having roses in her hair. So, in other words, some people may actually see beauty in how you're presenting yourself, even though it may be like, wait a minute, what? Oh, that's pretty. So people may be a little bit like, oh, okay, you're still pretty though. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, okay, we get it. People might double take you a little bit more, but they actually learn to appreciate and see the beauty in the way that you're presenting yourself, and also how you transform yourself. And for some reason, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but if you're having the thoughts of wearing more things that are or wearing attire that has sugar skulls on it, or heck, even if it's made out of like if it has flowers on it, or even if you want to get extra fancy, have like a headband that has like flowers on it, or even skulls on it. I'm just saying possibly wear that as much as you can for the month. Don't know why, but just go with it. What you're hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. Get it? Because that was the card that just came out. Hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. Hoping for, afraid of the 501s. Hoping for you and whomever are on the same page, because the color scheme is split down the middle. We got purple and then blue. You're hoping for that the two of you can actually come together and be on the same wavelength, but also deathly afraid of that you both may be on separate pages and you may never get back on the same page ever again because of the split. And the one of you is going to be like really emotional, and the other one is just going to refuse to even acknowledge and pay attention. That's like your fear part. Most likely outcome to come about of this. Well, in a way, I would say she who's not having the Queen of Sass, but this is not really a sassy Queen of Swords. This one is more using her blade as an instrument, and she's kind of like plucking her blade, like it had, strings on it. So what I'm getting out of this is saying the outcome is that you have to combine your ability to communicate, like speaking, with your emotions. In other words, the outcome is going to have you be expressing yourself by music. Because when you mix air and water together, air is sound waves, water is emotions. One of the best ways that you can actually tell somebody how you really feel is have a song say it for you when you don't know how to say it. A song is actually able to do that. Merge them together, there you go. You have water, the queen, then you have air, the pointy thing that's long, and can behead people if you're not careful. Combine them together, you get music. So the outcome may actually have you relying on music most of the time to express yourself and your deeper emotions. Well, we have two queens that are actually, funny enough, opposing one another. Queen of Cups, which is water and water, and then we have Queen of Swords, which is water and air. So most likely it's going to be kind of an emotional month. It is what it is. And one suggested course of action card, just one. Suggested course of action, oh look at that, we have the Empress. Suggested course of action is to be like, do you not know who I am? Oh yeah, you think you're really gonna mess me up, huh? Well, this depiction we have a woman figure completely engulfed in her garden, fulfilled, happy, and just enjoying every moment of it. So your suggested course of action is to just enjoy and just know your worth because everybody has a lot of worth. They just have to be like, oh, there it is, mine. Nope, you're not gonna make me lose it. Nope, nope. I'm what? I'm worthless to you? Oh, that's okay. That's how you feel, and I don't care. I know my worth, and I'm worthy of whatever I'm desiring to get, and I'm worthy of it no matter what. Matt, you can't tell me no, because I'm the queen, and you never tell the queen no, because if you do, well, that's the last guy that said no. Oh, Adam. Oh yeah, he got taken out by Lilith. Whoopsies happen. So yeah, Aquarius, just make sure, if anything, you're able to emotionally take in and process all that. And whenever you have that thing that comes towards you that pretty much pulls you out of that state of like not really moving and just stuck in the nostalgia, make sure you actually go towards it and go. I said Hong Kong fully. Make sure you go towards it in a way that is like face first, not literally face first, but like full speed ahead, and don't get yourself distracted by anything. Now, last but certainly not least, the Pisces. Let's see here. Which one? Which one? Oh boy, and I got that line stuck in my head now. I won't stop saying it. Give me the. Give me the. Where'd it go? Give me this one. The Heaven or Hell Tarot. Well, it's Heaven and Earth, but Heaven or Hell again. This sounds better. Just go with it. So, Heaven or Hell? What can you tell me for Pisces? But anyway. It's like, oh, what happened, Adam? Oh, that's right. You did something stupid and now you kicked the bucket. Whoops. You shouldn't have been, hissy fitting like, how come you won't let me be with you the way I want you to be? Because I have a voice too, dude. No, besides, you're gonna have to, inflate that a bit. Because that's not impressive. She's being mean to me. Stop being mean to him. I'm not being mean, I'm just telling the truth. Truth hurts, dude. When are you gonna fix your beard? It's kind of like crusty. Well, what do I know? Alright. But anyway, so last but not least, Pisces. Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, the last sign. I'm gonna make this quick. I saw nothing. Yeah, I'm like, what? Thought I heard something too, but it's just nature going bang bang thunder. We're all ladies here. Stop looking at me like that. What can be said for Pisces? A Romani spread? Are you for real? Okay. Romani spread it is. And if you're new here and never heard of that spread, you pull essentially like the past, present, future spread where you have 3 cards. But instead of, it being just 3, you add 6 cards to each pile of the past, the present, and future. So 7 cards each. Okay. Whatever you say. Intuitive side, if you insist. But you have to read it. You're the one who said to pull it that way. So, let's see. For the Pisces, if you would, for July, what on earth is going to be going on her? What is behind or the reason why the present is the way it is for Pisces? 7, if you would. 1, 2, unhanded. 3, 4, well, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Nice try. Not gonna mess me up. Oh, nice try. Close, but no. So now then the current standing. There was a lot of flaming in the past. Not like that. Not a lot of he who's flaming most. No, no, no. It's just the element, okay? It's a joke. So at least the current standing. 7 for now. Unhanded. You're gonna have to stop sticking together. There's nothing wrong with the buddy system, but now's not the time to be doing it. Okay, next 7. 1. Okay. We have, wow, 2 nights so far. Okay, there's 3. I mean, 1. 1. 2. No. 3. Close, but no. 4. Ow. That one stung. 5. Okay, better. 6. 7. Now it went from flaming hot to now wet. Well, wet's never. Nope. I'm not gonna go any forward with that. Nope. Gonna leave that one alone. Last but not least, the last one. The inbound to thy face. Take that however you deem fit. If you're gonna take it that way, you're just nasty. Okay. No, you. 1. Oh, that's sweet. 2. 3. 4. Okay, that's way better. 5. 6. And 7. And that's the advice card at the bottom. Okay, so let's take this from the top. Literally. So, in the past, all together, because I'm reading all these piles at once. Past, you may have been left out in the cold, but you stuck by something relentlessly, regardless of the situation. In fact, you may have actually done everything from soup to nuts and used every little thing you could to make change. Like you were actually putting walls up to protect it or to keep it secure. And even heck, you may have even also threatened to, whack something in a way that is actually very valorous. I don't even know if that's a word. But in other words, you were putting up walls around something to safeguard something, and even like metaphorically stood in front of it, like, if you come anywhere near this, you're gonna get this twig upside your head. Don't make me hit you with it, and trust me, it may look like a piece of wood, but it's actually made of iron. Don't make me use it. Don't make me crack you upside the head, boy, because back in my day, we used to use these on all the kids. And when they really misbehaved, they got it to the shin. Don't make me. So, putting up walls to safeguard and keep something secure and protected, because it actually was a source of practical wisdom and actually gave you a sense of security and was able to provide for you in some way, shape, or form, and also was an enlightening figure to you, or something that bestowed enlightenment to you. And because since this thing is being pulled by a bull, possibly this can be hinting at a Taurasian figure that you are aware of, or if you have a Taurus moon, that possibly can be hinting at it too, because this depiction has Taurus, the Taurus symbol on it. And I don't know why I said Taurus moon, but it is what it is, just roll with it. But then we have these two. We have Hanky and Panky. We have these two knights. We have he who is moving way too fast and with a pointy thing, and he who is moving too fast with a burning twig. So in the approach in the past, it could have been very, very in the face and very reactive and responding quick in a way that's swift and also, okay, I saw that and I heard that. Okay, very quick, swift, and loud. So that could be also how protective you are of this endeavor that you're having the walls around and protecting, and being a little bit feisty and safeguarded. So now the current moment, the current seven, first one. Then we have the Knight of Cups out of nowhere, just like, okay, we have the three Ks: kinky, clever, and conchy. I don't know. Yeah, conchy, that fits because, it's a Knight of Cups. Conch, sea conch, is a shell. Crab, Cancer, crab. I quit. So in the current moment, you may be going from, moving too fast, but like, you know what? I'm gonna be a little bit more swift in my emotions and just kind of connect more with anybody that tries to go towards whatever I have. But you may also be kind of losing patience with whatever you're trying to prevent from knocking the walls down that you're safeguarding. So then you may again go back to the flaming route, but also maybe a message coming in saying that, maybe you should just stick with the all the zest and the loud bang you have. Because since the princess is earth energy with the fire, it conflicts, but nonetheless, most likely it's saying, don't be afraid to be more realistic with how you express and how you put your zest out there, with explaining how much you care or how much you value this Taurus aspect or this Taurus figure or this King of Pentacles state, person, or what have you. Don't be afraid to get a little bit more realistic with it, but just make sure that it's known on the 3D, like, you're not taking my king figure away from me. If you do, well, you know what they say, having three knights, three musketeers, charge home. Okay, we got Knight of Wands, okay, good. Knight of Swords, good. Knight of Cups. Why you're gonna go into battle with a solo cup? No. You can't be going into battle. You can't battle and no wait. You can't drink in battle, okay? Well, I mean, if you're a Norseman, it works perfectly fine. But my good sir, you're too gentle and you're too wet. You're wet and windy. That's not really going to go as planned. But whatever you say. But be aware, you may have to kind of be a little bit emotionally critical at something if it poses a threat. And in this specific placement, you have Saturn in Libra, which is his exalted position, where he's like, wait a minute, I'm in Libra? Really? Yeah, finally! Wow, I feel like I'm younger. Wow, I can't believe it. I feel like I'm back to my youth. Few, like like a year or two later. I'm in Vishaka. What about D9? Oh no, I'm in Aries and Barney. No! Damn it. Yeah, because Vishaka, you go from Saturn being exalted to now Saturn being, as I call it, pissed off in Aries. Because you're taking an old geezer and now you're giving him, you know, you're telling him to run a 1,000-yard dash, but he has a walker and he can't move that fast and he has had hip surgery and you're telling him, okay, go run that 1,000-yard dash. What are you, stupid? No, you got this. Boy, let me hit you upside the head with my shiny stick a few times. Let me give you a brain reset. Just go, old man. Fine! But if I break my hip, you pay for the medical bill. Just go. Fine! Oh! Yeah, that's what happens when you have Saturn in Vishaka. Exalted and strong, but in the D9 of Hamsha, he gets agitated because he's now in the sign of him being agitated. So, in other words, make sure that you're not afraid to swing at the heart if it has to be done in order to protect something. Because really, you have to defend what's important to you first. Because, like I've said, if you're not well, nothing else matters until you're able to be functioning at your best. Nothing else matters except you until then. And if something threatens, don't be afraid to swing where you have to swing in order to make the threat stop. Even if it's like, ooh, right in the feels. Do what you have to do. Well, they'll learn the hard way not to, threaten something that someone cherishes and finds immense value and appreciation in. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is, oddly enough, possibly even saying, potentially, this could actually also involve a love interest that you're safeguarding too, or somebody who is seen as a spouse figure because you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Most definitely, possibly could be that. Just understand that both of you have to safeguard and protect one another and ensure that you're being realistic and nourishing one another, but also providing guidance to one another. Because together, you're actually able to find the clearest way that you need to go. But without the other, you don't have full awareness and clarity. And even though potentially it may lead to a situation where you both may kind of be faced with a situation where it appears that nobody wins and there's no real victory, you have a victory. You'll be having a victory come towards you with that. And all, the emotions that got poured out possibly by this individual, or heck, who knows, maybe the Nine of Cups will come flying in and be like, okay, my lady and my king, here is the holy grail of solo cups. Have thy sip. If it also has something to do with, say, like anything like relating to the Olympics or Special Olympics, I don't know why they just popped in the symbol on the cup. If it involves special needs or anything like that. You got ghosted 6 weeks ago? Really? Well, here's the thing. If they ever pop up to you again, or you ever encounter them again, I mean, this is what I would do. Be like, oh, hey, you ghosted me. Why, prick? That's offensive, no? That's what happens when, you can't be realistic and tell it straight up like, sorry, I don't think that we're gonna have that deep of a connection, and I don't really think I want to keep contact anymore. At least you're honest and upfront, rather than just go like, okay. But I don't like conflict. Well, I mean, But anyway, I'm somebody that's like, if it's, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like either, but I put up with them. Like stupidity. I mean, I put up with that a lot. But still, I mean, if it's uncomfortable, I think being around stupidity is too. And seeing stuff that makes you go, really? Why? Anyway, for the future, the 7 coming towards. We have party hardy, get the girls together. We're having girls' night out and having solo cups all around, dancing around a tree. So coming towards in the immediate future, there's going to be a celebration and kind of they're kind of this depiction, the ladies in this depiction, they're kind of letting it all hang out if you catch my drift. But not in a way that's vulgar, in a way that's kind of elegant. So they're kind of having a girls' night out and just letting it go and enjoying it. And if somebody is like, wait a minute, are you ladies okay? Yeah, go away. You're not gonna ruin girls' night out. Don't don't be hating that it's girls' night out and you boys have to be stuck in the dirt. Deal with it. So immediate future will have a celebration and then a blending of two and having it transmutate and transform into we're going from wet to carrying a big flaming stick. So most definitely this celebration will synthesize into actually having a lot of zest and a lot of love tapping to the tush if you catch my drift, and a lot of bang to whichever endeavor that you're combating for the rest of the month. You'll have the energy to literally motivate the strength card. And this is actually a card of Leo because of the lion, but they're in a situation where it may be held back. This, quote unquote girls' night out will make, it turn into it becoming like a love tap motivating apparatus, the Ace of Wands. Into giving this King of the Jungle a good love tap, like, okay, that's it, I'm going for this. Now! And the woman figure's like, okay, fine, here's your love tap, hon. And because of that, you won't be in a state, well, thing is, if something is being repulsed by, honesty, well, like how Shoni says, I don't care, you're stupid! That's kind of rude, man. No! You're dumb! It is what it is. If you're stupid, you're stupid. Be honest and admit it. I am. It is what it is. But because, love tapping the lion, you're not going to be in a state of like, oh, what are we going to do? There's so many, and I know whichever one we pick is the right one. But that love tap kind of, kicks into high gear. But somebody, because of how this card is, somebody who is a he who font is like, well, this is how, moralistically and how society would say to do it. But if you don't do what I say, well, you're somebody might intimidate you and try to make you think of going about something in a different way that you really don't want to go about it, and trying to be a little bit more how society wants you to go about it. Don't listen to them. Oh, awkward. It is what it is. Awkward moment, but nonetheless. But most definitely do not let this he who font be all like, well, back in the day, we would do this. Wait a minute. There's also a Taurus depiction right there. And also an elephant looking forward. So get wisdom from the elephant that's looking ahead, and not the he who fonts like, oh, it's a bird. It's a little dove. Hey, little guy. Getting distracted by, minute, mundane things. Just follow the elephant. And the elephant is actually going to be leading you with a chariot, a Hong Kong Phooey. You and somebody else will come together, two figures together, divinity forms, so face first. And that's going to be like at the late future. But don't let anybody misguide you with that he who font. Because after when you give the love tap motivator to the Leo figure or lion figure or like the inner strength, you'll be able to surpass this and you really won't need the he who font intimidating you with his guidance that you definitely don't need. So get ready to go full speed ahead this month to whatever you're deeming fit. What time is it? 8:04? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Precisely, Mika. And it's better to be like that anyway because if you really care about someone, you can even tell them, hey, you know, love, I really care about you, but stop being dumb. It was cute at first, but now you gotta stop. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Even if you know you have to, even if you get really sick with them, just like, really? This is like the 50th time. You're still doing it? I've been there. And I know exactly how it is. But anyway, I have to get ready and fix my face. Not literally, metaphorically. And I have to go to, well, I always call work like forced labor because you need to do it in order to survive and live in the world. So whether you want to or not. What can I expect today? I can expect an Ace of Pentacles from heaven. Okay. And wish being bestowed or rejuvenated. So, oh, okay. And I also have to be prepared to make sure that, somebody who's bringing the past back, doesn't make it like, really, dude? You're blowing it wrong. You're supposed to put it in your mouth and up your nose. Mm, honey, again, why? Wow, dude, you're blowing it bad. Gabriel, please blow it right, dude. Come on, dude. I'm sorry, I just woke up. I'm hung. Can somebody make sure he doesn't drink again next time? Yeah, no, like for today for me, but yeah, I'll be probably be back later with a topic of discussion, which probably most likely will be about, I don't know, we'll see. So then I guess I'll just see y'all later then. Yeah, but really, that's how that judgment card's depicted. It's like, Gabriel, again, you had one job to blow it correctly, but you're blowing it wrong.